Welcome back to Golf DMV, highlighting golf DC, Maryland, Virginia, soon highlighting golf in Orlando. Because we've got TPC trip coming up. That's going to be fun, man. Yes. I can't wait for that. Already looking forward to it. Speaking of looking forward to it, can't wait for the Masters. We're going to be at Blue Mash, kicking off I guess the spring season for Golf DMV, for golf in this area. Yeah. Although it felt like spring sometimes here in February and January. We got a chance to get out and play
53
golf.
degrees.
Exactly. April 11th, that's the Saturday of the Masters. April 11th from 4 to 6, we're going to be at Blue Mash. Joe Hills is down. We're going to be there at the patio. Maybe we'll play. Maybe we'll play around before we. Maybe we'll see.
We'll see. That's a lot of planning that has to take place.
It's a big event.
Actually play that morning,
right?
Because there's preparations. Because we're gonna have food.
Yeah, there'll be food.
We're gonna have free. Yeah, that's right. I said free food.
Right.
But there's a caveat to that.
Okay, there we go.
You have to RSVP. There is no just showing up and think you're going to eat up all our food.
Right.
No, you got to RSVP so we make sure we have enough food for everybody.
Exactly.
And let me caveat one more caveat, because then we on caveats. Let me get another one there. This is going to be hors d'oeuvres.
No one's eating dinner.
This Golf DMV podcast. Who are you? Oh, I'm Mike.
Yeah, don't show up with Pookie. Right. Don't show up with don't do that, because Pookie's not gonna be able to eat. Okay, right, your cousin and
right, car full of people.
Right,
exactly.
They ain't never heard of us. Now they just came for some free food. No, we're not doing that.
Yeah, people showing up asking you what you do.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah, it's a podcast, eating the wings. It's like, who are you?
What y'all do? Y'all do a show or something? Like, how else did you find out about this? So we've got that going on. Also, Joe Hills, owner of Blue Mash and Waverly Woods, is going to join us on the podcast and talk about Blue Mash. You guys know we love Blue Mash. Yep. Blue Mash has always been great.
And our sponsor?
Always in course condition. Oh, I'll get to that in a second. Okay. I've got a special announcement about our sponsor there.
Awesome.
About our sponsor there. And so we'll get to that in 1 second. So Joe Hills will be there. Oh, wait, our sponsor, Cachet's going to be at the event. That's what you'll get. Okay, yeah. So our sponsor,
I don't know who he thought he was. I don't know who he was thinking about.
We did talk before we started rolling, guys.
We literally had a pre-show meeting, and I have no clue. But Cash is going to be there from Cachet Spine Sports, the official chiropractor of Golf DMV. Yes. For more information on Cachet Spine Sports, you can go to golfdmvpodcast.com, scroll down to the sponsors and friends of the show section, and you will see all the information you need there from Cachet.
Updated.
How about that? We only have 3 months later.
Okay, all right.
I'll say that the sponsor might be listening. But right there at the bottom, under the photo gallery of all the pictures that we have up there, you'll see sponsors and friends of the show, and you will see Cachet Spine Sports, description of the business there, and then the website and the phone number, 240-216.
I think maybe after the Masters event, maybe Joe Hill gets a spot under there. It says sponsors and friends of the show. And friends of the show. So
exactly.
He's definitely a friend of the show.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Especially if we can talk about that. Okay. We can talk about that.
All right.
Scott includes some free rounds at Waverly and Blue Mash.
Nothing gets on there for free. I'm just saying. There's a business we're running here.
All right. Speaking of not for free, if you would like to purchase some Golf DMV apparel, T-shirts, hats, the little knapsack, black bag, the tote bags, and the hats, just go to golfdmvpodcast.com. Everywhere you need Golf DMV stuff, you can go right there. So real quick, before we get into a lot of the golf stuff, let's talk a little bit about Valentine's Day, because we had this text chain going on about Valentine's Day.
I had a question about it. Yeah.
So I just want to jump right into what the main point of the text was. Guys, it's free to. It's great to receive something for Valentine's Day from your sweethearts. That's fine.
Right.
Sweetheart or sweethearts, whatever.
Whatever you do.
Yeah, whatever you do. I'm not here for that.
It's all about your game. It's all about your game.
Not here for that. But it's fine to receive something. But guys, we don't ask for anything, right? I don't think I've ever asked for a gift on Valentine's Day.
Correct. That's correct, because you're a normal human man. I also have never asked for a gift for Valentine's Day. I sent the text to the fellas because basically my son, who's like 3, he was concerned when I came in the house with like flowers and candy from my wife and from my daughter or whatever.
Right.
And he doesn't know. He's like, Daddy, where's mine at? And I was like, you don't get anything. You will never get anything from me, from any other man. And really, maybe your mom gives you something, that's fine, mom to son.
Right.
That's fine. But don't ever ask or expect anything. So I was just curious if I was in the wrong for telling him that. So I sent a text to the fellas asking them, where they were at with this. And I want to caveat, most of the responses I got back, most people thought I was talking about like the little, like the, in grade school when they exchange amongst themselves,
things like that.
That's fine. Yeah, I don't care about
Sure.
that. Sure. I'm just letting him know from outset, you will never get anything from me.
Right.
And the rule for you as a young man is to not ask for anything. It's not your day, bro.
Right.
And you need to understand that at 3 years old, like, do not ask for anything on Valentine's Day.
On Valentine's Day.
No.
Forget this is not even a holiday for you. Forget it out. It's February 14th.
Right.
That's what it is.
Right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it's another day.
And by the way, you don't have to feel pressure to go above and beyond, son, for any young lady in your life.
Also agree.
A card, some flowers, maybe dinner, whatever. Like, that's fine. And it's, you don't have to go to, any jewelry store and purchase thousands of dollars. Like, no.
We don't
Absolutely
do that.
not. This lesson
It's made up. It's not a real holiday.
This lesson cuts both ways because I have a daughter who I also teach, hey, you will get stuff from me forever for the rest of your, for the rest of your life. Your dad always got you.
Right.
No rejection from dad. But if any of your, when you get older, whenever you start seeing dudes, if they ask you for Valentine's Day, lame. Move on.
Yeah, leave him. And if he wants to take you out 2 days after Valentine's Day, leave him alone.
No.
Because as we're doing this podcast, somebody right now is being taken out to. I don't care if they're listening 2 weeks from Valentine's Day. Somebody's being taken out now for Valentine's Day, and I just have news for you, my sister.
You're a side piece.
You're the side piece. Yeah. You're the, honestly, like, and here's the thing: you may just come to grips with it. You know what I mean?
Right.
And here's the thing: I'm not saying don't go out.
Yeah.
Go out.
Yeah, have a good time.
Get your meal.
Get your meal, get your gifts.
Yeah.
Don't buy him anything.
Yeah.
And God knows, don't give him nothing.
Right.
Like, just go out, enjoy the dinner, go home.
Accept your placement on the list.
Exactly.
Move on.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It's
long as she's cool with, she knows her place, then it's all good.
Yeah. And you know what? To be fair, this cuts both ways. I'm sure there's some guys who are like getting some late Valentine's Day attention.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So the move
The
is
messed up part, if you get it late at home, then you got some real issues. Now you got problems for real. That's
true.
Yeah.
You might need to consult a lawyer.
If your wife is busy on Valentine's night,
Nah,
you
she
got
ain't
something
busy.
else. Yeah, exactly.
Nah.
Then
what they do-
She going out with the girls.
she ain't going out with the girls. And that's the thing. Valentine's Day is the one day where they ain't going out as girlfriends.
That's true.
Like, that's not happening.
Well,
She's lying to you.
Well, I took my wife out on Valentine's Day, and there was a lot of single women there.
at the restaurant or wherever.
No, we went to see Jill Scott.
That's right, Jill Scott. Yeah, you posted.
I took,
single
my
women.
wife to see my girlfriend.
Right. Jilly from Philly was in the house.
There was a lot of single women in there, though. A lot of
the
single
red
women.
flag is if you get male or female, whatever you are, if you get grouped into, it's like, hey, what are we doing for Valentine's Day? And it's like, hey, I don't have anything for the day, but this weekend we're gonna do it.
Right.
On 17th is the day that it's like, well, it's on a Wednesday. Don't worry about it.
Right. Exactly.
But we're both
we
free
gonna wait till the
tomorrow.
weekend.
Yeah,
Right.
but we're both free.
No, I mean, sort of.
What difference does it make?
Red flag.
Yeah, just understand. But my wife did get me she got me a box of Pro V1s for Valentine's
Look at
Day.
that.
Cool.
Yeah, I was like, well, check this out. That wasn't a bad.
Yeah, I had a couple
situation.
shirts that I was not expecting. I got some, a couple shirts and some other little unmentionable things. It was nice.
Yeah, that was nice. Yeah. I think Keith may have bought me dinner, but yeah, I told her, I tell her every year, don't worry about it.
I don't want anything.
I'm good.
Don't need anything at all. Okay,
we're in
there we
agreement.
go.
All right.
Hey, so Valentine's Day basically irrelevant for men.
There you go.
Yeah, absolutely.
And again, ladies, if there's a guy in your life and this day seems to be very important to him, leave him.
Yeah.
Just leave him.
Cut him.
Because he seems to be focused on things that aren't important, and that's going to trickle down in other parts of life.
I'm sorry, Bryson. I'm
I'm sure Bryson DeChambeau had plenty of
Where's my flowers?
Yeah. Speaking of Blue Mash, we'll be there on April 11th for Masters Saturday. LB, you have one of your vehicles because you have several.
Multiple. Yeah.
One of them is in Blue Mash's parking lot.
Right. So I'll make this real quick. Okay. So Saturday, my wife and I was getting out to go grocery shopping. Saturday run around stuff.
Right.
So I'm driving down 108.
Where do you grocery shop? I'm just wondering.
We go to Whole Foods either in Columbia or the one in Germantown, Gaithersburg, King Farm, whatever it's called. Not Kentlands.
Kentlands. Okay.
Yeah, that's where we go. So we had just passed Blue Mash. We were making a right turn on Muncaster Road, and the truck went.
The truck was trying to let you know something's wrong.
Something is not right, and it jerked a couple of times.
The truck had the coronavirus.
Yes, it
basically.
did.
What was going
Yes,
on
it
with
did. So I immediately pulled over onto the
listen,
side.
that's not funny. People have passed.
Well, the
out,
truck had.
but
The truck was sick. It was sick. So I pulled over to the side. I made a U-turn to go back out, to aim back out toward 108 and pulled over to the side. So I sat there and I put it in neutral and stuff. And so the transmission was just like spinning.
Okay.
I mean, it was. It
wasn't engaging at all.
No, it started. I mean, it drove fine. And then as soon as I turned the corner, it went. So as long as the light changes green, I get in the first gear.
Right.
I can get through the light and I can make the turn on 108. And I'm probably made it 100 feet. And it's just jerking and hucking and bucking. So I get over to the side, put my turn signal on. Right. I'm like, okay. I'm just trying, where can I leave it? I can see Blue Mass parking lot from where I'm at. So I wait till the traffic is not coming. I drop it in first because it was only going first at this point. Right. And I'm like 2 miles an hour, So I'm barely making it to that parking lot.
At what point though, for where you've arrived in life and everything else, does Britta just put her hand on it and just say, hey man, we're done with this.
Let it go.
Just let it go.
Well, see, we've had the funny part about it did this. Well, I've known it's been having some issues. I knew this day was coming.
Okay.
So I was prepared for it. You know what I mean? Okay. I'm at 241,000 miles.
Okay, so it's like an older relative.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So she's been good to us. She really has. Yeah. So I knew this day was coming. I already knew where I was going to take it to get it fixed.
You already wrote the obituary for the
Yeah. Well, yes and no. So I want to write the obituary and move on to a new one.
Yes. Okay.
But the person who lives with me related to me by marriage is not ready to make that leap again.
To whom I'm related to.
Oh, so I had it wrong. I did the opposite way.
Yeah. So what we're going to get it fixed. Okay. I can get it fixed actually relatively cheaply in the grand scheme of things. Okay. I mean, a couple grand. Yeah, I can get a used one installed.
And what's it worth now?
Probably about $2,000. But we're trying to hold out to the retirement time. We buy a new truck.
And this is smart
at retirement as opposed to.
I wish more people would have that large scale. And by most people, I'm talking about people to whom I'm related to, not necessarily by marriage, but who ask for money all the time. Like I wish that they would have a larger scheme view of life when they make certain purchases. Because there's no reason why a brake job should all of a sudden need you to borrow money from. Me. But anyway,
so I made it into the parking lot. I mean, barely. And it was, fortunately, Saturday was really cold and windy Saturday.
Yeah, it was.
So there was like 8 cars in the parking lot. It was actually people playing though.
Really?
There were guys playing.
Shout out to you guys.
Yeah, because I was like, it was cold. I mean, it wasn't the wind. It was 35 degrees, but the wind was like, woo.
Yeah, it was really
dude, I'm not doing that. Yeah. So when I pulled into the park, it was one guy getting his clubs out of his trunk. So my car is making, he's making all these crazy sounds. And he kind of looked up, so I threw it in neutral so it would be quiet.
Everything's fine over here.
Right, and coasted around and I parked it. So
because honestly, when you've got car issues and your car is making noise, the last thing you want is people to look, because you already know.
Yeah, I know what's messed up. Right. Yeah, I don't need you gawking at me.
People start judging you.
Exactly. It's like, what kind of crap is he driving?
Yeah. I'm not poor. It's just my car's messed up. Like I've got a lot of money.
Come over and give you $1.
Here's a quarter of transmission fluid. Maybe that help. Yeah. So I go inside, talk to the guy, say, hey man, I told him what had happened. He's like, he says wintertime, nobody's here.
Joe Hill, ultimate friend of the show. You got a broken down car, just park him at Blue Mass.
Honestly,
that's the show announcement.
Right. Great place to play golf. Also, if you got a broken down car and you're in the area, just leave it in their parking lot. That's fine.
Insurance scam, just take it over there and burn it.
So I got a really massive parking lot. When you come into the parking lot, to the right where the course for the most part is, I mean, you've got some great parking, but then to the left, there's huge parking lot.
So that's where I put it in the left side over there.
Just leave your car there. Anybody, just put a Golf DMV card in it, and Joe will look at it and say, okay, well, I won't tell this one because they listen to the show.
So we got a lift back home and got another car and we came back. So when we went back to the course, because by that time I figured out what my plan was, how to get it fixed and towed and all that stuff. And I went back because they're not going to pick it up until Monday. So I went back to Blue Mass and said, hey, just want to let you know, truck is down there. It's going to be there till Monday. He's like, again, no problem, man. No problem. Good time. Right. So that's how my truck is sitting at Blue Mass. So I did drive past it last night on my way home just to make sure it's still there. Right, nobody took all the tires or anything like that.
Not no cinder block.
Right, exactly.
Now, if it was at Langston,
they
might have got a mechanic there to work on it so they could drive it off the line.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, they're going to be gone, bro.
But you know what? Let me say this too before we move on from that. Like another lesson from LB. When things like this happen and it's unexpectedly, like there's literally no problem with taking your time to figure out what you're going to do. Like the worst thing you can do is say, okay, we're going to take it to a shop today, going to get it fixed. All these emotional decisions. Like no. Pull over, put it to a parking lot.
Yes.
Go about your business. Get a lift, go back home, get the other car, go grocery shopping, do what you got to do, and say, I'm going to think things through. Before I figure out what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
I am infamous for sleeping on decisions.
Oh, absolutely.
I'll tell my wife or people in the like, I'll make a decision tomorrow morning.
Especially if it's over $1,000, you need to think about it.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to sleep.
Well, let me rephrase it. For some of us, Vern, we think about things when it's over $1,000. I know your number's a little bit higher, probably, but whatever. You know,
Most things. Important things. I have needs.
Oh boy.
I need every phone.
Every single phone. And iron set.
Yeah, and irons. Yeah. And mics.
Everyone and microphones for podcasts. Everybody connected to Vern is very excited about his
right. Whatever Vern buys, because they know they're going to
but it does come out of his generosity. Like he doesn't mind giving to you. He's like, well, I can buy some new stuff. Can I just give it to you? So everyone, I think almost everyone connected to Vern who plays golf has either gotten clubs. I've got a bag from him.
Yeah.
I got bag and clubs.
Yeah.
And for the most part, he refuses to ask you to pay for them.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
Yeah. I have a small circle. I just try to enrich the people around me. But that's because I'm very hard. You know, I'm very hardcore with people I don't know. Don't ask me for anything.
I don't know you.
I don't know you. I don't know you. Yeah.
Shoot, my travel golf bag came from Rodney. I went down there one time, and I said something about my travel bag was I need to get a new one because mine is starting to rip.
Right.
He's like, really? He's like, here.
Speaking of Rodney, Rodney's coming to TPC?
Oh, yeah.
So Vern and I had this discussion when we were playing golf the other day about habits when you're at a PGA tournament. Because LB and I are very different. Like, I like to find a player or two that I want to see or a group or two, and I'll follow people all around the course. I spend the whole day walking the course.
Right.
LB, for the most part, I think Rodney's this way. You guys camp out at a particular hole for the most part, and you watch them as they come.
I'll walk a little bit, but I'm not walking inside.
So make the case for that, because I'm a rookie for the PGA Tour experience. I have not been to one yet.
Really?
I've been invited a bunch of times here. This has been my first one.
Because I asked Vern, I said, what type are you? He said, well, I've never been to one. I said, okay, well, I walk around. I'd like to see the course. I want to see the way the guys are hitting. I want to see certain groups that LB, for the most part, kind of parks it and
well, I might pick two or three, maybe the max of different holes that I want to see.
Okay.
And I'll go to those holes and camp out. But I'm not like he's doing I'm going to walk 18 behind Ricky or whatever. Oh, I'm not doing that at all.
Okay. So in my mind, like my default move would be to try to follow and see as much as I could. Why is that maybe not what am I missing from experience versus how I think it's going to be?
Well,
that makes that a bad idea.
Just for me, it was that last one was Congressional, wherever it's Hilly or whatever that was.
It was Avenel.
Dude,
Avenel's got a lot of hills.
It's tiring.
Tough to
So
walk.
it's tiring,
my
basically.
goodness,
It's tough to walk.
And you got to remember too, we're playing Thursday.
Yeah.
We're gonna go to tournament on Friday.
Yeah.
And then we're playing Saturday and Sunday.
Okay.
So
Right,
that's
so
that's basically 4 rounds of golf if you're gonna walk around and follow those guys all day Friday. So just something to think about, because normally, even when we normally do 3 rounds of golf, by that 3rd round, dudes are dragging.
We are.
Yeah.
Right,
so
cool. It's a new move. I'm gonna sit my ass down in the corner then.
right. Yeah. Like I say, I'm gonna walk. There's certain. I definitely want to see the island green.
You
gotta watch some of that. Oh, another thing, I did find me, because I was thinking about this the other day. I wanted a chair, but you can bring chairs, but you can't bring them in a carry bag to the tournament. Yeah, I'll meant to email y'all that.
Okay.
But yeah, you can't bring. So I happen to have
carry
this little thing. It's a chair. It's about a foot tall.
Right.
And it's metal. And it's got a little canvas thing that pops open.
Right.
So I'm thinking about something like that to carry with me. I can put like I did last year. I took a bungee cord, put it around it. That made a carrier for it.
Right.
So I didn't have to walk around
without it technically being a bag. Yeah,
exactly.
Huh.
So that's what I did.
Flex move. Okay.
Gotta be creative.
Yeah.
Since they won't let me bring the bag in. Okay, fine. You can bring the chair, but you can't bring the bag that the chair goes into, which
It doesn't make
right, whatever. So but yeah, so that's those kind of things you're gonna need to think about as far as if you're gonna sit, where you're gonna sit. You gonna sit in the grass?
I'm gonna sit by the island green, like right in prime location. No,
yeah.
No. Oh, okay.
Well, I don't know how you're gonna get those seats. Is my question.
Okay.
Because a lot of those seats, those bleachers, those are. I don't think those are first come first. They might be, but I could be wrong.
But
I don't believe those are first come first serve.
Would you want to be at the tee box or by the green?
Can I be by the? Or you mean like
on that
up?
side?
On that green is the one
Yeah.
that's got the bleachers, right?
Yeah.
They have it behind it and on the side. I think it's kind of. It runs the whole length of that hole, if I remember correctly.
I think the best move there is probably green side, because from the green side you can kind of get a sense for what the tee shot is.
Yeah.
But you might miss, and still see some of the putting.
Yeah.
But I feel like from the tee box you'll see them go, and it'll kind of be like a football game where they're at their end zone where what's happening.
You can't really see it happening.
So I think green side.
Yeah.
All this is gonna fall apart when I get down there.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Because I honestly doubt very seriously we gonna be able to get to the island green, especially into the stands.
Right.
I think that's gonna be probably difficult.
Prohibitive.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll be happy to just be there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Okay.
I'm interested to see because like I'll do the walk around thing, but normally when Tigers tournament was here in DC, it wasn't the most exciting field, and so I'd be able to like last year. I think I followed Tiger for 9 and Ricky for 9.
Okay.
But those were maybe the only 2 players that I was really interested in seeing. I mean, and as you're catching up to whoever you want to see, you see groups passing by, and so every now and again you see Mark Leishman or somebody else. So I'm just kind of a walker because I kind of want to take a look at the course itself. You know what I mean, and see it from how the players are playing, and see how someone's hitting out of a sand trap and approach shots and different stuff like that. You really get to see how much better these guys are than we are.
Right. How far they hit the ball compared to us is just ridiculous. To see it live.
That's a whole thing too.
Yeah.
We can come back to that later.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. So I'm also watching the Genesis Invitation. It's in the final round now as we speak. Looks like Rory McIlroy just hit a chip shot short of the green.
Oh, wow.
But then he hit a second one and he knocks it in. So I think he's 9 under, maybe.
So he's still behind. Adam Scott is still at 11.
Yeah, he is 11 under, and HV3 is back at 6 under.
Yeah, he done moonwalked on us.
Yeah.
Did the Michael Jackson.
Yep.
Let's talk a little about this this instructor challenge. So apparently Glenn wants in on this. He had his lessons with
Bernie. Bernie Najar, Caves Valley Golf Course out
Top
there
100
in Baltimore,
right?
Top 100. I think one of the best in Maryland. And like before I could check in with him on Saturday to figure out where his head was at, he texted me, "Hey, I went in on the instructor battle right now." I was like, "Oh no!" So I was like, "Oh, we in trouble." So,
and to give people an idea, if you hadn't listened to the last few shows, well, number one, go back and listen. But the instructor challenge is like we're all going to take lessons,
right?
And just from different people, and just see who has the most improvement in the game from the lessons that we've got.
Yeah, and to be fair, Glenn has the biggest delta. Versus us because he's newer to the game.
Right.
So like we were discussing.
But on the other hand, he might have an advantage too because he hasn't had years of learning the wrong stuff.
That's my point. So we were saying before the show started, we'd be all so disappointed if in 2 lessons with Bernie,
He's out there
as
beating
a
our
gift, he's out there just crushing us.
I'm gonna be honest with you, that's my worst fear.
Yeah.
It's my
Well, then we'll just stop inviting him to go play.
new
Right,
people
exactly.
coming into
That's
the
easy.
game, getting lessons, and then
Glenn
shooting
who?
super great. You know what I mean? Like I don't want that to happen.
Yeah.
Right. It's embarrassing. It really is.
Yeah, but
No disrespect to Glenn. I mean, I hope he plays well.
Yeah,
I just,
not around me.
I just
Just
don't
down
want
with
him,
us.
I just don't want him to be better than I am.
He said, "Yeah, man." I was asking him about it. He said it was great, man. Like, obviously, the instruction was what you would expect from somebody of that caliber and in that price range. He said the facility was really dope. They had a gym, and he said the thing he appreciated the most, I think, was that Bernie went over. He didn't just say, "Hey, do this, do that." He had him work on some stuff. They hit, I think, driver, 7-iron, 5-iron,
Nice.
and then he took him to a gym and started showing him physically how the theory worked.
Oh, wow.
So like,
Okay.
this is why I'm telling you this. This is why this works. This is why this
Okay.
works.
Nice.
Which I think gives you the ability to kind of like carry that on your own and do it yourself going forward. So
Right.
yeah.
So he wants in on this.
Yeah, he does.
All right.
He's ready.
Well,
That's cool.
I emailed Garrett over at Lake Presidential,
Pres, yeah.
left-handed. So I was like, all right, let's get this going this week because apparently there's this guy, Glenn. Hey, I'm going to, Garrett doesn't care. I'm like, but there's this guy, Glenn, who's new. He's taking lessons. He's
Yeah.
like, I think he's going to be really good this year. I got to get my game up. Can you help me?
I got at least be to beat him.
I can't wait to the end of the round and they're just looking at this. It's like, oh, what'd you shoot, Clark? That's like 82.
That's interesting. Just work on your iron shots, Claude. You'll be better. I think Glenn's going to do all that whole thing. Manny Millions from, was it Waste Management? We got to do. Was
No,
that
that's
weekend?
AT&T. Last week was
okay.
Pebble Beach. But before we leave
Pebble
Case
Beach.
Valley, if you all haven't heard yet, the BMW Championship is coming to Case Valley Golf
yeah.
Club
Yep.
in Owings Mills, Maryland in 2021. So, yeah, that's the biggest update to that.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to I definitely want to go check
It'd be
that
in
out.
our backyard for a change.
Exactly, yeah.
Well, I was going to say we have other tournaments. Well, we have Tigers tournament, but
But the
Yeah.
cool thing about this is that a lot of players don't turn out for Tigers tournament.
no.
Now they
You
know.
know what I mean? And so this would be good to be able to get out and see,
Like a
hopefully,
like a legit
Koepka
field.
and Dustin Johnson.
Yeah, everybody should be there. Yeah, because that's going to be doing the FedEx, right? In the BMW doing the FedEx?
Yes, that's one of the
Let's
that
do
is
it, yeah.
that's one of those events.
Right,
Yeah, that's
absolutely.
right.
So,
yep.
yeah, they definitely will be there. Who else?
$10 million?
Assuming they made the cut.
Yeah.
Speaking of missing cuts, Phil missed a cut this week for the Genesis.
Yes.
Again.
Yes, he did.
Oh
He
man.
needs
Yeah.
to join the Champions Tour, man.
Yeah, I thought about that. Do you know the Champions Tour only plays 3 rounds? Did you know that?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they only do
So
3 rounds.
do they start Thursday and finish Saturday? or
no,
start
they do
Friday.
Well, it depends. Some of them I've seen them do both ways, Thursday to Saturday.
Only 3 rounds though.
Yeah, only 3 rounds.
They said we ain't gonna be out here all day.
Right. Exactly. We old.
I'm too old for this.
We got things to do.
And you're right. BMW Championship is part of the FedEx.
Old proud Phil said, "I'm not accepting.
playoffs.
I'm not accepting no invitation. No, what is it, the sponsors exemption to
right,
the,
or
to
whatever
the U.S. Open. I think
He might not be playing.
Yeah.
Then.
he might quietly accept it without telling nobody.
Exactly.
Hey, Phil, how you get in here?
Hey, keep this between us.
Oh, you ain't see I was at the Saudi thing. I shot 12 under.
Thing. Yeah, okay.
Adam Scott, your leader right now at 10 under.
Oh, yeah, still at 10. Okay.
That's 17.
Yeah, man. Max Homa.
You don't like Adam Scott.
Not well. What I didn't like when he got Stevie Williams on his bag. That's what threw me off. To me, before that, he was a nobody.
Right.
But then he came into my sphere when he got Stevie Williams as his caddy, and I'm not a fan of Stevie. I didn't like Stevie Williams when he was Tiger's caddy.
Oh, really?
So he always kind of rubbed me the wrong way.
Okay.
So I've never cared for him at all. And so when he went to, and then after he talked smack about Tiger after he left Tiger, and then he picked him up, I'm like, I'm definitely don't like you now.
After Tiger done got him all that money.
Right,
It's funny
exactly.
how
Made
people
you rich.
change on
It is weird. It is a weird
After
thing.
all I've done for you.
Right.
Yeah.
You don't talk smack. Okay, so let's make this. I got two. We'll have two Manny, a Manny Millions and an Olivia Millions, because I am paying attention to the women's LPGA now a little more than I have in the past. So for the Manny Millions from last week's AT&T Pebble Beach, it was Ryan. How you pronounce that? Brehm, Brehm, Brehm.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, yeah. All right, that's that guy. He was plus 10. He won $16,302.
All right.
33 years old, 6'4".
Oof.
220 pounds.
Basketball player.
Long hitter.
Yeah, from Michigan State. Married. So he's married. He majored in economics. Went pro in 2008.
Okay.
He joined the PGA in 2017, though.
Ah.
Okay.
Okay.
So he's pro, but he did Corn Ferry and all that stuff.
Right.
So here we go.
Okay.
Ready? Mm-hmm. No wins. No second places.
Wow.
Okay.
No third places.
Okay.
No top tens.
Jeez Louise.
Okay.
From 2017 on. Okay.
2017 on. Right. Played in 41 events.
Mm-hmm.
Made 26 cuts.
Okay.
That's it. No, that's it. So,
all right, so I feel like I should probably, usually Claude goes first. So I feel like I should have to guess first now since I took the L last week.
I did win for
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. That's it, huh? 40.
Yep.
So he made 41 cuts out of whatever.
No. He made 26 cuts out of 41.
2017.
He could probably work for Golf DMV.
Well,
actually.
yeah, he probably could.
and make more money.
What's his career earnings?
Yep. His career earnings.
I'm going to put his career earnings at 800.
800,000. Okay.
800,000.
I'm gonna go 575.
Damn, that's good. 521.
Look at this.
2 in a row.
I'm back. Winning streak.
That's pretty good.
It's
Yeah.
going first if it's for the birds.
He could work for Golf DMV.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
That's a good guess.
So he's bounced between the PGA and the Corn Ferry Tour, going back and forth. There's one thing in here that for me, yeah. So his biggest influence on him was his golf, his family. His sister is a golfer, a former women's Michigan State amateur champion.
Okay.
Ryan was also served as the assistant coach to Michigan State. He was the first alumni of Michigan State to get his PGA card. I don't know who the other person is. They were Big Ten champs in 04, 06, and 07. And in 04, he was the Big Ten Freshman of the Year. Now, this is the only thing I find interesting about Mr. Ryan here.
Okay.
What's Ryan's last name?
I don't know.
Brehm?
B-R-H. Yeah, maybe it's Brehm.
Yeah.
B-R-E-H-M.
Call him Bren. Ryan Bren.
Yep. Ryan Brehm. If he had an entrance, if they had entrance songs at the PGA, like a walkout song, like they do on some
baseball.
places, they do. Right, exactly.
Yeah.
If he had a walk-up song, his song would be "Regulate" by Nate Dogg and Warren G.
Nice.
Watch out.
Any particular reason? Or that's
No,
just
it didn't say. So I had to look it up myself. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
And I put it on YouTube. I'm like, what?
Can't be any geek off the streets.
Yeah, nice.
This
Nate
is
Dogg
yours.
and Warren G had to regulate.
Yeah,
All right.
like still, you know what I mean? Or you keep. Don't get me started. Copyright infringement.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting coming from him. So yeah, okay. So
All right.
he's
Well,
all right
there
in my
you go.
book.
Ryan B. Got it.
Right. So the Olivia.
Before we jump to
okay.
Olivia, let's take a quick break. We'll
Okay.
have an ad from one of our sponsors. And if you're listening to us on 1500, you'll get the top of the hour news. We'll be back with more Golf DMV.